Baby Jesus, that's not it. That is a lot. There's a lot going on here that I haven't fixed. Let me see how that looks. They've still got stuff to fix, but let's come back a schmidge, babes. Okay, hold on. I'm like, hold on. Please hold. I can't tell if I'm moving properly. Wait, are we actually better? Wait, hold on. How is it doing stuff? And then it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, it is moving. Bitch. Okay, hold on. So let me do let me do like 3 things to fix. I feel like that's not fixed. I swear it doesn't want to do what I want right now. Hold on. Because what is this? Okay. Yeah, now it's all happy. So it is StreamYard. It's not my fault. Let's trash it. Okay. Hit save. Hold on, I'm fixing. Give me a second to fix. Listen. Oh yeah, no, I know. I know it's not moving me yet. I'm doing like a couple of things right quick. Save that. All right, that looks good. Now, oh, too close. We came in too hard. We came in like a wrecking ball. Okay. Hold on. We're almost where we need to be. Let me just unlock that. Shakalaka. Do you believe in life after love? Okay. I can feel something inside me say. Okay. All right. I'm like, I think I got it. I think we got it working more or less how I want it to work. More or less. So this is gonna be an experience, I think, for all of us, because it's gonna be a learning curve para mí y para tú. Listen, y'all, it's been a wild time. That was one of the reasons I wasn't going live, because StreamYard has been acting up, and I don't appreciate it. Like I've been working so hard, and I pay you money. What are you doing, StreamYard? You're like, oh, we make things so easy, but it's not easy, and I'm having a hard time. What's that about? So now I've got to figure out how to share what I was going to share with y'all, because we were just going to have like TikTok conversations. And I have not quite figured out how I'm going to do that yet. So it's going to be a fun time. Also, patrons, channel members, thank you for hanging out while I put this look together. Like, this was a fun time. Listen, it's so cool. I can see, I'm excited now, because I'm like, okay, it's actually working. And, you know, today is a good day for learning. It's a good day to learn. Is it? I feel like it may have logged me out, and because I need to fix like 3 more things, and then we'll be Gucci. I'm like, we'll just be swimming in whatever it is that I swim in, to be honest. Do we know? No. So, let me just, girl, what? Why are you acting funny, Computer Dora? Where's my stuff? It's not. Oh, you know what? That's actually my fault. That was actually my fault. It's dark. Sorry. What have I done? It's dark. It's dark. What have I done? It's dark. Ooh, hot oil treatment. That sounds lovely. I used to love those. Sorry, the light is going to be fluctuating for a little bit whilst I get settled and fix a few things, and then we'll get going. Listen, I'm not sorry. Let me just a smidgen over. There we go. That might help with some of the light. A big part of it is that I have autofocus on because I haven't actually figured things out. What are you doing? I knew I wasn't wrong. I knew I was okay. I just watched, by the way, Feffy, I'm watching this documentary on Netflix. Whilst I'm finding the last few things, I happen to talk about this a little bit in the Patreon stream, but if y'all have not had an opportunity to watch Cruel World, Happy Minds video, it's a 5-hour odyssey. Odyssey might not be the best word, but then again, and she's talking about Ruby Frankie and that entire situation. Listen. Listen. It's a very intense situation. The main thing that I am hoping for out of all of that is that YouTube finally does something about these family channels. You know how I feel about this? I just really don't like the concept of people being able to, cool. Exploit their children like that, because the kids don't ever benefit. Like, let's be real. The kids very rarely benefit from this. There we go. I think I've done it. I think I've done all the things, but the kids very rarely benefit from any of that. And I don't even think it's as simple as being like telling the parents like, oh, you have to put aside X money into a trust. I'm just having I'm having the sparkling apple one, which is actually like, it's not my favorite. I don't like this flavor as much, but I drink it. So it is what it is. But, oh gosh. So this is an everything stream. So you know what? You brought this up, the Love is Blind recap. Here's what I'm going to say about this show. I still want it to be messy, right? I still want it to be messy, and I still want it to be fun. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't want it to be illegal. And I hate how it's like, there I was praising Jerami. And what does he go do? Why did he act up like that, y'all? Like, my feelings I am destroyed. I am absolutely destroyed. I cannot believe he embarrassed me like that in front of my friends. I really can't believe Jerami embarrassed me like that in front of my friends and my family. Like, how dare you? But 2 tracks, YouTube needs to get bad PR on the topic, and then they'll probably do something about it. I actually think that her being found guilty is going to change some stuff, is my hope. Because it needs to. The fact that it doesn't, the fact that people are still continuously allowed to do this, I can't imagine a good outcome for the child. Like, I can't. Like, oof. But yeah, I want it to still be messy. I want a Love is Blind that is all dark-skinned women and ginger men. Let's do that. Because I think that would be absolutely delightful. These two, like 2 peas in a pod, ginger men and dark skinned black women, like 2 peas in a pod. I want to see that. I want them to make that happen. Listen, Feffy, please don't hurt my feelings like that. Listen, Kiara, listen, y'all, it's not my fault. It is not my fault. This isn't my fault. They tricked me. And you know what the thing is? He probably is fun and loving, just not monogamously. Because it's like, also, I'm really unnerved by how young these people are. I just feel like you need to get like 30s and up, because how are you 23 and like desperate to get married? How are you 24? And like, I've just been looking for love my entire life. I'm like, babes, you're 24. When did you start looking for love? When? I just want to know. You're hurting my feelings. You're making me uncomfortable. You're making me seriously uncomfortable with that. These like people are so young and they're out here just like, oh. And I don't understand that. Like, what do you mean, Jeremy or whatever? It's Jeremy. It is Jeremy, but it's spelled Jeremy. Sneaky Amory guys are the worst. They are made of nightmare fuel, and I hate them. Like, why are they like this? Literally ruining our lives for what? Like, embarrassing us for what? Out here just like making me... They are looking for a launch pad for their careers. But here's the thing. So would I. I would like a launch pad for my fledgling career. I'm hot. Am I looking for marriage? No. But could I pretend to do so for the show? Maybe. I feel like as soon as we got on the engagement moon, like I'd take the engagement moon trip and be like, yeah. No, none of that. But I would go on the trip. I would have a nice time, hang out with the girlies, get some drinks. You know, can I buy you a drink? I would do that. But what I'm not about to do, and I promise you, what I'm not going to do is deal with any of the other stuff. Like, I'm not going to do the rest. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to do the rest of the stuff where we like live together. Most of reality TV shows are for the opportunity for people to get exposure. I'm not surprised about any frauds, and I'm sure Netflix don't care if we can get good entertainment out of it. But I want it to be like a nice 50-50 split, right? I want it to be like, you know how season 1 we had, you know, Lauren and that guy. I don't know his name. Cameron. So we had them, but we also had messy stuff happening. And I like both of the things. I want it to be people actually finding love and then also mess. I want an equal balance of both. I don't want it to just be all mess, because if it's all mess, then it's useless to me. I don't believe in love. Like, the people practicing polyamory correctly need to come for their bad actors. They're the reason why us monos are tired of them. Yes, I really think I could win Too Hot to Handle. I know I could win Too Hot to Handle. Like, so easily. Because, like, me, I would never be the one getting in trouble for kissing and hugging and squeezing and touching and licking and poking. That was too much, and I'm sorry. But I would never get in trouble for that. But is anybody else curious as to why Amy and her man can't do it? Like, she just keeps being like, I don't want to get on birth control. And it's like they forgot that the cucumber sleeve exists. Like, they just forgot that you can just... Are they serious? They're just out here like, oh, well. I'm like, the cucumber sleeve exists. Like, it's a thing. Why are... Thank you, Ace the Jen. I would also be like, get away from me. Like, oh, what would be my Bachelor intro if I was a contestant? And it does have to be cringy. I have to be like, well, it depends. Do I have like a Southern accent? And be like, hi, I'm Audra. You know, I've just been spending a lot of time trying to find love. And all these guys out here, they're not serious. Like, every time I get close, they're just not the ones for me. And I'm hoping that Chaz is the right man. I think we can do it. That would be my bachelor joke. You got to have the cute little giggle. And then it's like when I get dismissed, there's like 3 of us and I get dismissed. And I'm just like, I just think he's making a terrible mistake. Like, I told myself I wasn't going to cry. Nary a tear in sight. It's just, Jasmine is not right for him. And he's going to find out. Oh, well, somebody's going to want me. I love how they always they're like, I wasn't gonna cry. And I'm like, baby doll, you're not. You're absolutely not crying at all. There's nary a tear in sight. You're making the right faces. But so there was that. But yeah, I don't understand why they can't. I'm very confused why they're not hitting the skins. Ooh, that's an old term. Listen. Listen, I've watched so many of these shows. I know how they do their goodbyes and there's all that stuff. And they're like, I think he's the one for me. He just, every time we talk, I get the butterflies. I'm sorry. I don't know where that weird bubble giggle, because I feel like a lot of them have a bubble giggle where it sounds like bubbles. So now we're going to try something because I wanted to have some TikTok versations and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. And we're going to figure out if I can. No. Let's see if I can. Let me see if I can do a thing. I don't know. That's not what I want to do. Let me see if I can do. Oh, okay. Hey, Soap. How are you? Okay, hold on, y'all. Wait, while I'm figuring Ken leaving. Hilarious. It's not, obviously it wasn't nice. Brittany's nicer than me because she's being nice to him about everything. And okay, we're going to just start there.
I would find it fun too if it was free.
Oh, no, nope.
And
nope.
You're wrong.
Do that. I don't. So I might be able to do it. I don't know if y'all hear it, but we're going to find out. I'm going to have to probably put my headphones on to make it work. If y'all just heard that, let me know. But he didn't seem to care. It's I've never seen silence look so uncomfortable. It physically look uncomfortable when they're on the boat. Bzz, 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 and he's just over there like this. No, he didn't like her. Listen, my honest opinion is that when AD talked to Ken, right? She was like, derp, derp. And she started talking to him about raising black babies and all of that stuff. He came to the realization that this is going to be on TV. And he's probably going to get called out for Brittany not being his first white lady. And I just think that because she was real. Here's the thing. I think Brittany's super sweet. She was very sweet. She was kind. She wasn't really arguing with him. I also said this is the exact reason. I said this before. When you're talking about pick-me's, I'm not saying Brittany's a pick-me. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when we talk about the type of women that these women want or that these men want, and they never can get together because their entire point is breaking you down. Like that man's entire like I want to break you down and mold you into what I want. I don't want you to already be that. I'm not a fan. Hi, Amanda. So I think that once they got in person and he realized that she really was like, okay, well, whatever you want to do, like da da da. He was like, I don't actually, and this is why I was saying, y'all want to be leaders, but you can't lead yourself out of a paper bag. It's just ridiculous. Like bro couldn't start a conversation. Like all he did was go like dolphins, and then he got real animated then, and then after that, then they're in the house. She's like, which side do you want me to use, right or left? He's like all you saw of him was like walking around staring at his phone, which I know is a trick of editing to make him totally look like an a-hole. And then Chelsea, I still can't stand her. I'm sorry. She could be the nicest person in the world, but I can't handle all the whining. I don't care if it's like for drama or what. I can't deal with it. It's a lot. It's a lot for me to put up with. Like I can't handle that. That man didn't have any spices in his home. Exactly, Trax. That's why I don't believe him when he's like, this is the first time I've dated a white woman. I don't believe you, sir. You have nothing in your fridge. You have no spices. Like, that is a red flag. I don't believe you. Quit saying you've never dated a white woman. We all see it. Also, whomever said that my highlighter was life, thank you. I forgot. I'm wearing New Lethal. They sent it to me in the PR, and it's glorious. Chelsea is insufferable. It's just like listen, brisket and ribs, we're having a little bit of an everything stream because I've been having trouble with it, and we're also going to experiment with this stream. So wait, first also let me just put my headphones on because I need to be able to hear if this actually goes on. So boop. Well, I don't have to have them on right this second. I just need to put them on when I do the thing. Okay, cool. But he had no food. But yeah, Chelsea is, I don't know why she's being so insecure all the time. And I just really hate that with every ounce of my being. Because like she's literally counting and, man, you didn't kiss me, all of that. Like I can't. Like I get why he's annoyed. And I don't really know why anybody likes him. They're like, his voice is hot. I'm like, okay, butterface. Thank you, Dark Angel. She thought I won the man the hottest girl in the house wanted, so I should be treated like a queen. Yeah, and I still don't agree with it. I do not think that she was the hottest girl in the house. I'm sorry. Listen, my money's still on AD and Brittany are to me the most beautiful women in the house. AD and Brittany, 100%. And the reason I say this is because to me, this is how I personally rate beauty in my house. So you can do whatever you want in yours, but in mine, you can't look like everybody. And I feel like when I look at Brittany and I look at AD, they don't look like everybody that I see on Instagram. Like all the Instagram starlets, they don't look like them. They look like themselves. So oh no, I didn't, Jules, I didn't. Let me figure out what that is about. I'm like, let me figure out what that is about. Yeah, like he does look like a thumb. He not only is he unattractive, okay? He's unattractive and hold on. I have belches. I'm sorry. This stuff is like really juicy. This drink is super juicy. He's unattractive, and I don't know. There's just something about him that I find unsettling. Do you know what I mean? It's the teeth, I think. Maybe if his teeth weren't like that, which is just rude to say. It's so rude. Okay, I'm gonna rename this. It's an everything stream. And then I'm going to do this for you and see if that fixes it. I'm hitting save. I don't know if it's going to fix it, but I can also, I think I might be able to put the link in here, but we shall see. Because, you know, this thing, it does too much sometimes. Like sometimes YouTube is like, you can't use any links. And I'm like, okay, because of the adult film bots, the corn bots. I don't know if Chelsea is always insecure or if she just made herself insecure. Like even when she was talking about walking on the beach and she was talking about like, you know, having her tummy out, I was like, girl, I will throw my fupa on your face. Like I do not care. You are not going to shame me into like pretend like my stomach is not flat. I'm going to slap my fat. I do not care. Like anytime a man has had anything to say about like my stomach not being flat, I just slap it. I'm like, and it's not for you. This is strictly for the ladies. Strictly for the ladies. But like, yeah, I just didn't get it. So I was just very, I don't know. I'm waiting for, I can't decide if I want them to drop all the episodes at once or I like it when they do the episode drops in bunches. I can't decide. Like sometimes I like it when they do the episode drops in bunches, but it's like, I feel like this season, and I was talking about this with Bad to the Brow too. I feel like this season I just don't feel like they did the time right because like they just now are meeting family. And I feel like they met family earlier in the game in previous seasons. Again, let's not do like just fast forward through the pod. I want the drama then. I want the drama. So we'll come back to some Love is Blind. Now we're going to try this experiment and see. The guys doing that tend to have beer bellies, so I poke and ask when they're due. Period. Like because first of all, who are you, a man, to be in a woman's business? Don't be in my business. So I'm gonna see if this works. We're gonna try.
It's like, oh, I would find it fun too if it was
so
free.
Hold on, I've got to figure out the audio.
You're wrong because when me and my girlfriends
go out
and we go to
wait.
like, we're spending like $100.
The reason I can't hear it.
We're having the.
Hold on. Porque I did not add in here. No, that's not it. This is it. All right. Did y'all hear anything?
It's like, oh, I would find it fun too if it was
free. I still don't hear it.
And you're wrong.
It sounds like it's doing
stuff. When me and my girlfriends
stuff.
go out and we go to brunch,
but
like, we're spending like $100 each on brunch.
Hold on.
We're having the time of our lives. We're having a blast, okay? So don't tell me that it's only fun when it's free, because we be trigging when we're at brunch together, when we're at dinner together, when we're gonna get drinks together.
Cancel
like,
whatever I did
girl,
there.
I'm gonna pay for drinks.
You like, hear it?
It's not. That's not even.
So y'all
true.
can hear it, but I cannot. So please hold. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. No. Why can I not hear it? Yeah. I don't know what that means. It's like I see it, but I can't hear it. Properties. So y'all hear it. I hear nothing. Because I got to be able to talk about it. How am I going to talk about it if I can't hear it? Because I forgot already what it says. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's correct. All right. Advanced audio, media source. Oh, no, that's fine. That's not what I wanted. Okay. I don't. Oh, look at that. Okay, hold on. Almost. Maybe not. Very weird. Okay, hold on. Let me unplug and see if that works. I'm staring at this like a monster. Okay. So
like,
I can do
I would
that.
find it fun too if it was free. And you're wrong,
I can see
because
it.
when me and my girlfriends go out and we go to brunch, like we're spending like $100 each on brunch. We're having the time of our lives. We're having a blast. Okay,
it's kind of cool though.
So don't tell me that it's only fun when it's free, because we be trigging when we're at brunch together, when we're at dinner together, when we're going to get drinks together. Like, I got you, girl. I'm gonna pay for drinks. No, I'm gonna pay for drinks. Like, it's not. That's not even true.
Okay, this is Maddie Macho. I still can't hear it, but I'm reading her lips like a like magic. Okay. I'll figure this out eventually. For now, I'm just going to keep playing with it. And we'll talk about it. What do y'all think about what she has to say? Because there's still this misconception that men have that women are only going on dates because everything's free. And I'm going to take these off now. But the thing that I find funny about this is, I've said this before, like, I'm not opposed to paying my I haven't like there. It should auto do that, but it's weirder doing this on YouTube than it is on Twitch, because I don't have all my settings actually together for this. I should, but it's wild because it's like, okay, it's because it's not, the media source isn't giving me a slot with which to choose what audio it's coming out of. That's the main issue that I'm having. It's like, it's not really giving me an option. But we do have our own money. And here's the thing, I was saying before, I'm never opposed to like paying my own way or whatever. But if you ask me on a date and then we're at the date and you want to go halvesies, we are no longer on a date. Okay, I will pay for my friends when we go out. We will swap buying each other shots and drinks and whatever it is. We're going to have a great time. So if you think that the only reason, I mean, somebody's always going to get a free meal somewhere. It just is what it is. Like, there's just sometimes people who are hungry. Are you mad? Don't be mad. And here's the thing, I'm an equal opportunity gender abuser with regards to going on a date for food. I was young and poor. What do you want me to say? But see, and that's it. I don't let men pay for me on dates ever. I don't want them thinking I owe them. Exactly. Like, we are wise to this game that they love to play with us. And we're like, yeah, no. I have more fun with my friends anyway. Like, why would I ever want to go? So mean. Why would I ever want to go on a date with a man? But like, they're still living. Because here's the thing that bothers me. All right, I've been like working on this soliloquy or whatever for a while. I feel like women just in general are content to not date, to be single, because We've done the things. At first, it was like, don't sleep with them too early or else they'll think you're easy. Then it's work on yourself because nobody can love you if you can't love yourself. So women did that. Then it's like, look out for the red flags, pick better men, your money doesn't mean everything. Your degree doesn't mean all that. We have very consistently, decades, been working on ourselves. Lose weight, gain weight, get a big ass, get a small ass, get big titties, get small titties, be shaped like a Coke bottle. So women have done all of this stuff. And the thing is, we've done the work. We did the homework. We read the assignment. And the men are still like they are. They're not evolving. Obviously, if it's not you as a man, then, it's fine. Only hit dogs holler. So, like, don't come in here and be like, because there's always, like, they're chameleons. I was talking to two of my friends about this, and I was like, the problem with men is that they are chameleons. And so you can't pick better men. You can't self-improve your way. You can't therapy your way because, like, they are very consistently doing wild shit that is incongruent with who you are as a person, but pretending that they are. Like, I've said this 1,000,001 times, like, living in Texas, the amount of men who will describe themselves as moderates because they don't want you to know that they're really a Republican. Which, date who you want, boo, but if I'm a liberal, I don't want to date you. If I'm a leftist, I don't want to date you. I don't care how cute you think I am. We are diametrically opposed in views. There's literally no reason for us to see each other. Like, that doesn't make any sense. They are, especially like with the red pill rhetoric panda. Because like FD Signifier just put out a really good red pill video, and I'm glad for that. Like, talking about incels. I'm really glad that he put that video out because I've been very consistently, like, Khadijah and Bo had a very empathetic video, like, we should care about, and I don't have that thing in me to be empathetic, like, go you, they, but I can't do it. They pretend as long as they can, truth will come out though. Yeah. So I do feel like the empathy that some of these men need is from other empathy because that has to come. It's not going to come from us. Especially if your expectations when interacting with women are romantic only. Like, if you can't just be friends with a woman, like, we're already lost at that point. If you're talking about women and men in this like Chad and Stacy, we're kind of lost at this point because you're dehumanizing everyone in this equation. Like, that's something, if I were to like be able to talk to an incel, I'd be like, you're dehumanizing everyone at this point. You're dehumanizing what you deem to be attractive men and what you deem to be attractive women. So who are you in this equation? Are you the only human being here? And is everybody else just like paper dolls in your world, or what's up? Because you have to be able to see everybody as a human being. And when you can't do that, because obviously there's a lot of terrible content out there, like FD, I said, points this out pretty often about like how young these boys are seeing this stuff and how dangerous it is for them to see it at such a young age, and how parents really need to be involved in talking to their sons. But it's like, if you're an adult male and non-neurodivergent, but even if you are neurodivergent, my advice is to, talk to women like they're people, and don't give off that creepy desperation vibe that so many of you want to, because you want to enjoy the snooze in the relations, and you're so desperate for that you're forgetting that you're talking to another person. Like that, and like people can sense that kind of energy. So like, of course she's not interested in you at all because you have weird energy, and you have to like let that go. I know talking to women can be difficult because women, in general, and people who are like socialized as women, we, especially like the mid to late 90s and on, we just had to learn to be really nasty with our nose because a lot of y'all just weren't getting it. Like a lot of y'all weren't getting it. We're out here just like trying to, no, thank you. I'm good. And then you just keep coming and we're like, no. And then you started. Mm-hmm. For me, it's like, please don't call yourself a male feminist also. Yeah, please don't. Please don't call yourself a male feminist. Like, I'm a male feminist. I'm like, you're not. You can be anti-patriarchal. That's good. Because this is a system that's put in place by men. And now they're mad at how it's working. Hi, BB. Hi. You ate your breakfast way too late. Like barely an hour ago. And it's been out since 6. Yeah, go see grandma. Go see grandma. She's gonna tell you to come back and see me. Yeah, and now we have to be fearful of our nose because so many dudes get angry. Yeah. And like, we shouldn't have to be on this receiving end. So I think people are just choosing peace instead. I'm going to have to figure out how to make this media source like work because I'm going to do the next one and see if I can figure out what it is. We're going to play a fun game. Let me do properties. I'm going to search for a new one. All right. So now I have, ooh, this is a good one. This is with regards to the Super Bowl. I kind of know what this is. So prepare yourselves. I will see if I can get links to all these TikToks. We will see. I'm going to say, okay.
I think it's time we have the conversation that the pressure to become a multifaceted artist has ruined good music. I saw this tweet on Twitter that talked about how being a vocalist
is there music playing in this?
Become obsolete in today's musical economy.
I forgot.
Because music has been devalued so heavily. No one is making the same type of money in music today that they did 15 to 20 years ago. And the main reason for that is streaming and it being the dominant form of consumption. And I think what we're seeing now is a lot of people who would be considered vocalists in years past are now seeming like
I really like her thoughts.
Mid-level artists simply because it feels like they don't have the full pack. Production costs for music and albums are being slashed. Artists feel like they have to be the singer, songwriter, mixer, masterer, and all those things in order to get around gatekeepers in the industry. And more songwriters are just becoming singer-songwriters and becoming the big stars, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I think in some ways, a lot of music is not sticking like it used to because a lot of collaborations back in the day were between amazing songwriters and amazing vocalists. And they kind of depended on each other to make these powerhouse hits and anthems that we love and still hold up to this day. It's not the singer-songwriter or the vocalist's fault. It's the industry who didn't catch on early enough to the digital wave, who didn't catch on early enough to streaming, who are now making it extremely difficult for songwriters to just make money off of songwriting, and also consumers for demanding so much of one person who traditionally didn't have to fill all of those roles. Those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments.
I love you. You're super smart. So the reason I brought this up is because I'm finally talking about the Super Bowl. Am I late? Yes. Fashionably so. Maybe. Because I think for the next 5 to 10 years, we are going to see the Super Bowl basically become a nostalgia show. Because of the fact, and I don't want anybody coming in here trying to get on my case, being like, you're old and you don't like, that's not what I'm saying. I am not saying that these up and coming artists aren't good artists. What I am saying is that they're not going through the same rigorous shiz that the other artists did. Like Usher, Britney, Christina Aguilera, Pink. There's a reason that like when we first saw Olivia Rodrigo and like Ice Spice on stage, they had almost zero stage presence because they didn't have to do that. Like, I don't know if people remember this, but way back in the day when the mall was like a big thing, a lot of these like teeny bop artists in general, I say teeny bop, that was what it was called back then, but Britney Spears, like all of you, they performed in malls. And the point of all of that was for you to learn stage presence, for you to learn how to lock on to somebody and figure out like how to get people who did not come in there to watch you perform, right? They're just coming to shop or whatever and walk by. This is a free concert. And for you to be able to get a crowd, keep the crowd, and maintain the crowd. Because it's not like you're going to perform for 2 hours. Tiffany did, Debbie Gibson. It's not like you're going to do all this stuff. There was so much training around all of this. Before you made it quote unquote big, you had learned how to have stage presence. Like, not that you're going to not be nervous, but you learned to have stage presence. You learned how to like handle questions and PR and all of this stuff. And now, because of the fact that like, if I wanted to, I could make an album right here. Like I could get the equipment. I don't even need that much equipment. I have most of it now. So exactly that tracks. They are not given the time to grow and become entertainers. So they are quite literally having a song blow up on TikTok. And then it's like, oh, you're going to open for Cardi B. Why? But why? Because you're like not ready. You're not ready for that. And you need time to like get there, because you'll see over time they start getting better. Their stage presence gets better. But in some cases, it's almost a little too late for some of these artists, because if you're like the main opener, like, you know, because most concerts will have like 2 to 3 openers, maybe 4, depending on, you know, which band. But then there's like right before. So it's like Deftones and Lamb of God, right? Or Lamb of God, then Avenged Sevenfold. Like it works out that way. You know, there's somebody who goes right before. And then, so when you get to that right before stage, and a lot of times they're doing that to people too early, you don't have any stage presence. And I think that as for the audience, they're not interested. So it kind of hurts you, because people are like, oh, I saw them live, they suck. Which it's not fair, because you're probably even at that point still learning how to handle like having your inner ear, learning how to deal with the band. Yeah, Dua Lipa ran into that. Like there's so much that you're having to learn, and it's not fair. Like it's not really fair. So I don't think, because if you go back even 15 years, the Super Bowl for like, I feel like I could be wrong, because I used to watch the halftime shows, were up and coming artists for a long time. And they had the presence, like they had the catalog, they had everything going for it. It was like a really good time. And you're like, yeah. And now it's like more and more becoming like, let us be nostalgic. And I really can't figure out why anybody was complaining about Usher's performance. Like, get out, please. Because that was amazing. I had a good time. I feel like they're not even ready to deal with or to interact with crazy crowds or fans, because they go from their private space to being in the street without guidance. Exactly that. Music artists used to be developed for years before they dropped or even dropped a song. Yes. Ice Spice just looks frightened. Just like, yeah, because it's not the same, obviously, because it's like different genres, but it's why doing YouTube, doing this content, it's why I very consistently say, I don't want to blow up. I get why other people do. I get why that is their joy. I get why they're like, yeah. It's not for me though. It's not for me. It'll never be for me. Because I like the way that I can just kind of like chill and like da-da-da and like just relax. I just think that when you're suddenly thrust into the limelight, because remember old lady who sang, the British lady, and she just was like, that's fine, let me go back into the darkness. She was like, I don't like all this fame shit. Like, I cannot remember her name. But you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, the biggest pop stars were trained since they were kids. Remember the Mickey Mouse? Yeah, there's like the Mickey Mouse Club, and like even if you weren't there, there were like hit fact. Like I know it's terrible to say making the band, because either version had like a nightmare person guiding it, but Like, you're like, well, before did it wait? Susan Boyle, that's it. You're like making the band. Well, before, oh, never mind. Lou Pearlman. Okay. Well, anyways, making the band before did he get really weird about the cheesecake and other things. You very clearly saw like that there's a lot of behind the scenes, and everybody's favorite K-pop bands, same thing. The reason they're so polished is because quite literally that is what they are. They're like in a little factory of putting people together and being like, all right, let's go. And I don't mean that to be rude or nasty to anybody. They obviously have to gel with each other and all of that in order for it to work out. But it is a rigorous situation. Like, you're going through and you're learning how to dance, you're learning how to sing, you're learning how to handle the media. You could not take somebody, like you could not take me out of this and suddenly have me doing interviews like, babes, that's not going to work out for me. That's okay. You were like, Adele or Susan Boyle. That's exactly what I meant. But you can't do that with people. It's very painful for people to go through that. And I just feel like I think a lot of these young artists right now, they need time. And I think people need to stop being as harsh on them. And we really need to stop being like old people. Back in my day, we had music. Like, music is music is music. Like, let's not start acting like what real music is versus, well, we didn't have auto-tune. Yeah, but you also had to have people record the same spot in the studio for hours on end. And there's not enough honey and lemon tea to help people's vocal cords for that. So, James, I'm still waiting on my answer as to why British food is wet. You did not respond. I sent you an image. I said, this is what it is. And you didn't let me know. Why is everything covered in gravy? Why is it all wet and brown? It's all soggy. Yeah, I listen to all kinds of music. I feel like what we're seeing right now is this weird flounder. Like, yes, people can make it. Yes, you can do it on your own. But also, should you? Like, I get that record companies have shady deals, like blah, blah, blah. But there's like a whole world of people who can be like helping you. So, you know what I mean? Like, you had an image. Some people broke away from it. Pink, Christina Aguilera both did, because everybody thought Pink was, at first we all thought she was black. It wasn't just me. And Jules, not to hide the lack of flavor. It's all wet and covered in gravy so that you don't know it's disgusting. Thanks. I don't understand putting gravy on anything and everything like that. It's just wild to me. Gravy and beans, just slop it. British food always looks cold even when it's hot. It's so confusing to me. It really is. I can't handle it. Like, the only thing I don't remember what the sandwich was. I just remember that I was in London, I feel like it was 96, maybe 97. And I had a sandwich there that was delicious. It's one of the only sandwiches I've ever had in my life that was delicious. And that is because each bite of the sandwich had equally dispersed ingredients and I was living for it. Oh, wait. And I'll show you this. This is what I got. I had one of those things done. Listen, wait, hold on. I just have it. I recently framed it. I just recently framed it too. 98 was the year. I had a caricature done. It says, "Is this a dagger I see before me?" from Macbeth. March of 98. Look at that. I was awesome. Back then, I was a little upset about my caricature because I was like, this guy really made my teeth very large and it seemed rude. But looking back, I do have really big teeth. They are very large teeth. Listen, the year was 1998. because in 1996, I went on a trip to Boston. These were choir trips. This was also, listen, y'all, this is going to sound terrible. This was the days of AOL, the most dangerous times on the internet, where I was chatting to a random Englishman named Charles. I believe he was 26. Why am I telling the story? Anyway, he met me there and it was very awkward. Very, very awkward. Because obviously all of my choir teachers are like, there's a man trying to take this child. Listen. Now I look back and I'm like, Audra, why are you like this? Why have you been so lucky in life? Like, I met a random Englishman named Charles. Isn't that like all of them? Listen, he was rotund, but obviously way too old. Because if it was March of 98, I was still 17. Let that, I don't care if it's legal in the UK. I don't know how I wasn't. Yeah, I really don't. Because this was like the dumbest thing. One of the dumbest things I've ever, that was one of them. You would think after doing that, I would stop doing them, but we got not lost, but we got abandoned in Hollywood, me and my friend Stacy, and we couldn't figure out how to get back because in Los Angeles, the train stopped running at a certain time at like 11, and like the bar was closed and we didn't know how we were going to get home. And so, we're kind of looking like street hookers at this point. The police are kind of panicking us a little bit. We're a little bit nervous. And then like these Armenian gentlemen in a Mercedes are like, we'll take you home. And we got in the car, y'all. We got in the car with 3 random Armenian men who did in fact take us home safe and sound. I have lived a life. So like I'm still here. I'm surprised I am not a true crime story. We were all speaking to older men in chat rooms, sometimes purposefully, a lot of times purposely, because we thought it was funny. We didn't realize the danger. We didn't realize, oh no, I'm in danger. Like just sitting there with the coffee, like, this is fine. The 90s were a really weird time. Okay, y'all. We were out there just running amok. And we just, every day I'm like, looks like I made it. Like, I feel like that all the time now. I was like, I can't believe I made it. Like all the things that I was doing. Chat roulette. Oh my gosh. I heard about them finally. Andrea, maybe about a year younger than you. Yep. Listen, everybody. Okay, so here's what happened. Because you in danger, girl. The thing was, the way it worked back then is that a group of you would get together and we would chat with we as a group would chat with some like older guy. We would cyber sex with some older guy, laughing the whole time. We did not realize what we were doing. We were young. We did not understand. We were just like laughing, but like, he's going to do what? Tell him you're going to do this. Okay. I'm going to. Ridiculous. It's lucky that we made it. And then like not too long after like I was in London and all of that happened, then like all of the stuff started blowing up about how like dangerous everything was. They started making movies about it. Oprah was talking about it. Like how we were getting like snatched up from our homes and like getting plane tickets and going and seeing these Pedialites and we didn't know. It was such a dangerous time. And like those of us who made it out, it's like, I don't know how we did it. Cause then I was like, I'm not talking to nobody. I'm skirt now. Skirt. Morning, Lisa. So it is Sunday here, which means I feel like it's Tuesday there. Is it Tuesday? Because I feel like you're like 6. It could be Monday, but it could be Monday. I'm bad at this. I'm bad at that. And now I'm at the age where I'm like looking. Let anybody in chat just please let me know if you're at the age where you're looking at like rock stars and singers and whatnot that you liked back in the day, and then they still look good, and you're like, we could get married now. I'm sorry. I will keep doing that with Liam Gallagher because I love Liam Gallagher. Monday morning, 9 a.m. It's so many. I'm still never going to forget. Back when I had Facebook, I was friends with this gentleman in Australia. Listen, leave me alone. Let me live my life. I was smash hammered one day. We were just Facebook friends. I'd never met him before. We were Facebook friends from a tattoo group. And one night I was smash hammered drunk and I FaceTimed him on Facebook, like Facebook, where you're there. And it was like daytime there, and it was such a shock to my system. I was like, I am so drunk. Why is it daytime? He's like, well, it's Australia. And I was like, oh, got it. Yeah, see, like I keep pretty good track of my UK time, like my British, English, Scotland, because I want to go. I want to go. Because first, I do have to go and see James and Robert in person so that I can confirm that I am, in fact, taller than them. And then, then I also have to go. I want to go to Scotland for sure. Trent Reznor is my all-time favorite singer and looks better now than in the 90s. Does. Yeah. Can we cancel FB? Yes. I hated Facebook with like everything in my soul. Like, because it always had those like really lame, be like, I am so tall. So tall. Would I let James do my nails? Yes, because my cuticles are a mess. I bet he would make them like not look nightmarish. They say that your nails grow faster on your dominant hand, but I am right-handed, but I should have been left-handed. But because I was born in 80, back in them olden days when they wouldn't let you in the South, especially learn how to write with your left hand because it's the hand of the devil. So I do everything left-handed except like right. And I do my makeup and stuff that way. That would be fun. I'm like, but I have to go. Like, I'm just literally, I also need to do my taxes. But I'm like, but I'm trying to like get the things up so that I can go. Maybe I should plan an influencer trip. Please don't kill me. Like, don't beat me up. Be like, on this trip, we'll meet James and Robert and we'll all laugh. Yeah, like, listen, I'm not, because everything goes the other way for me. So, like, cartwheels, I start this way instead of this way. And you're supposed to be like, and I'm like, how do you do a cartwheel like that? Business trip. That's it. I've got to call it a business trip. And Janet, Jack, don't you dare. Listen. But if we all go, right? And like have a luncheon at a sandwich shop where all of the ingredients are perfectly proportioned on the bread and everything. Let's do it. I'm just kidding. I'd rather do like a Groupon trip with people who want to go, which is fine. Like go We can have a time. Remember, I feel like I've said this before, but like London is also where I learned that you can't pinch the tush of a Britishman and just go on about your day. They don't let you just pinch and go. Obviously, you shouldn't be casually pinching anyone's rump, but also I was obviously 17. I didn't know the rules. The wettest food? No. Listen, I will have to be nice and drunk to eat that wet food. Listen. After everything you said about it, girl, listen, I'm totally kidding. I'd rather just like, hey, I'm going to go and I'm going with my mom because we're going to start traveling. So that's what I'm doing. Ooh. Yeah, I want to go in the summer. Probably like I would like to do like a July, August, somewhere July, August, September, because this is when it's like the most disgusting here. And I want to leave here and be somewhere else where it's not, where I'm literally, where my nipples aren't catching flame. Yeah, apparently like no pinching with he like literally, he didn't like, I tried to pinch it and he caught hold of my wrist and was like, cheeky. And I was like, let go. And then he kept wanting to talk. And I was like, we don't talk after this. Not Charles's rump, because there was too much adult supervision, afraid that this random man was going to snatch me on the choir trip. And then they were going to have to explain how like one of two black children disappeared on the trip. So okay, I'm gonna have to keep all these things in mind, because I am like, I have been looking at plane tickets and whatnot because I really want to go. I want to be free. I want to break free. I'm trying to finish doing a few things here, like finish unpacking some stuff. All that stuff out there that's still in boxes. Why do I need to talk about it? I would gladly eat Indian food. But I'm not one of those people who thinks that I should eat it like extra spicy because that makes me cool, because I have IBS, babes, and I already don't trust a fart. So I'm not going to exacerbate that problem by making things uncomfortable. I don't know why people do that. They're like, I'm going to eat the spiciest. I'm like, why would you do that to yourself? That's rude. But yeah, lessons learned, good times had. Dances. Okay, I think I have another one. Listen, am I like doing things? Am I making things happen? I feel like that is true. Let me see. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's see. I really do wish that it would let me hear it, but it's like, no. Now we're on to the third one, and I don't think I know what that says. Oh, this goes back to my idea. This is why I had the idea of, oh my gosh, I talked about covering it. We'll see if I can kind of show it. We'll see if I can, this is going to be fun. We're going to see if I can start from the beginning and see if we can talk about it. Because that might be cool. Hold on. Let me see if I can figure it out. But this TikTok is the reason why I think that there should be a Love is Blind, dark-skinned black women and ginger men. I'm going to show this to you, and then I'm going to see if it will be friendly to do media and whatever it is I'm trying to do. Okay.
Fine.
Oh, bro. All of them.
Gingers give me like, okay, I know they're like Irish.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Thank you.
Like POC. Like I just know in their past life, gingers were like, they're a little blacky. I don't know. Okay. Maybe not black, but like gingers are so
about them. I get it. I get it.
I love that breed.
I just like we said, I love a good ginger.
I love a
love a good ginger. I get this. Gingers are vibes.
They're so fun. When you find a good one, oh, they be good. I don't know what
Someone
it is.
got them little freckles going on too.
And it's like, why is your hair orange? Get over here. Like, I'm actually so sick of you. Just hop in my
Auburn
pants.
head. I get it. I like it.
Listen, ginger people are just like made from the heavens, and I don't understand why there's not more. She did. That was crazy. Saying I love that breed, it was absolutely crazy. I was like, girl, I know you did. She did. Now y'all know my TikTok is like, this is where I get things like lipsin, like terms like the lipsin. That's where I get all that stuff from. Bo is barking, and I don't know why. He's probably yelling at my mom for reasons. Because it's like, it is a fetish. It's a bit of a fetish. But also because I think that they're probably referring to all men as a breed of man. And that can be uncomfy for men, I guess. I'm just kidding. For other people, it can be uncomfy. Hold on. Let me see if I can figure this situation out. Because if I can, listen, we're about to go, like, if I can figure this out, we're about to go on an odyssey. I'm like, real talk. We're about to go on an odyssey if I can get it to share. It was a little out of pocket, but they are not completely wrong. Okay, let me see. Sure, let's use that one. I don't know what that means. I'm like, sure. Do I have to log in or no? Okay, can I just do you have to? I don't want to continue as a guest. I'm like, why is this so difficult? Why are you making it so hard for me? You're making it hard for me. I was like, okay, I'm just going to continue as a guest and see if it will let me just like watch this situation. Okay, nope, pause. Okay. It's like, is it Risa? Is it Risa Tisa? Oh my gosh. Okay. She's 3.1 million followers. Okay. Listen, if I can get this to work. Okay. Hold on. I'm like, I'm getting excited. Listen, I'm getting a little listen. What happens? Hold on. My bad. There we go. Okay. There's a playlist on What, Ma? Is he with you? Is he? It's not. No, he just ate. Yeah, but he ate his dinner like an hour ago. Because his breakfast, he was like holding off. You know how he throws those fits when he knows I'm going to have to go work? He's been throwing a little fit. I'm live streaming. If you don't want people to see you. Oh, I'm going to go get me some.
something to eat. I'm hungry. I was
All
gonna
right.
get a hamburger at Latara. What you want?
Ribs?
They don't have baked potatoes.
No, they just have the fries.
Do you want to get the fries here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Thank you. You can put food in there, I guess. Well, I'm irritated at him. Sorry, y'all. I'm mad at him because he wouldn't eat. He was being a little shit about it. Oh, listen. So I'm going to just do it on the TikToks because it's fine. I'm going to hit pause. Okay. We're going to see if we can make this like a party or not. I don't know if it's working, but we're going to find out. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Hi, and welcome.
Hello.
We all know why you're here. You're here for part of the new series that
Now it's asking me to. Okay, we're gonna then try the YouTube one because this one isn't
Dinner
gonna be friendly.
I'm going to
Sir.
create this playlist series. And
Why are
I'm
so many
going
things happening
to
at one
tell the
time?
story of how I
Fun times.
met,
All right.
dated,
So what I'm gonna
married,
do is I'm
and
gonna
divorced.
boop it like that. If it's all there, then we have to do the research, right? Dong dong. Hold on. Because I feel like that is something that everybody should be able to enjoy. I'm sorry, listen. Okay. Listen, it's right here. I just found it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whoever did this, they literally deserve an award. They deserve an award. I'm very excited. Listen, we're going to get started. I am beside myself because if I can get this to work today, babes, we're about to have a time and a half. Like no. This software might be more complex than Photoshop. Listen, OBS is a situation. Okay? Like it's fun. Like there's so much stuff that I have to do on this. Like when I'm Twitch streaming to get everything to work the way that I want to. There's so many little things happening here. I think once I was like, Robert, if you need help with your setup when he was twitching, he still is twitching. I just never get to see them anymore because I'm all at work. Oh my God, I'm really hearing everything. Listen. But once you get used to it, it's mostly easy to work with, I will say. But when you're like, excuse me, trying to live like a medium life, it's not great. It can be very complicated and stressful because you're kind of like if you reset it every time you do an update, it gets mad at you for that. It's like, and you're like, why do you have to act like that? And it's like, because I want to. We are 70%, 72% with it because I'm downloading it because it usually works better on streams when it's downloaded, darling. In other news, what was I going to tell you? There was something, it was like right on the tippy tap tip of my tongue. I don't remember. No. I'm literally looking at y'all like one of y'all's gonna remember what it is that I'm trying to say. And no, you're not. But yeah, you like I can move the software up and down. It's pretty cool. I actually really like it. I think it makes my life easy. Oh my God, here we go. I got it. Okay, hold on. Now we're gonna hit pause. And I am going to where is that? Oh. Then I gotta delete that, obviously. We're gonna be here with this and see if it wants to work for me. If not, I'm gonna get mad. Let's do visuals and see if it's gonna be like, thank you, Lucy. If it's gonna do the thing where it's like, oh, you have to log in and I'm gonna like lose my mind. Why are you upside down? I'm like, why are you upside down? Everything else locked. Okay, so I must have somehow flipped
and
it.
Welcome. We all know why you're here.
Babes, what's happening?
You're here for part of
I know I didn't hit play.
New series that I'm calling Who the Fuck Did I Marry?
No. Lock. I'm like, what are you doing over here? Okay, hold on. Maybe I can window capture. Maybe. I'm like, I flipped towards yeah, and I'm like, I don't know how to do. Okay. Bish, calm down now. All right, we almost got it. Listen. We're almost there. We're getting closer to what I want to do. I hope there's no nothing weird in there. Okay. Now, let me move it like this, like so. Let's shift. Ooh, that's a little much. That's good. That's good. Your phone's up here, Ma. Is that like a good enough size, or do I need more sizing? Oh, I went the wrong way. Okay, wait. Control. And then me unlock you, babes. Lock that, and then unlock me this way. Shakalaka. All right. I think we have a little party going, right? Let's see if I'll actually hear it this time. Okay. I cannot believe I'm doing this. We'll go through a few of the parts if I can. Okay, let's see. Do you hear anything? Because I hear nothing. Hold on. Oh, wait. Okay, there's that. Did you hear things? Because I have not been hearing a damn thing lately. Oh, wait. Property. I swear. This is so much harder on on this one. I'm like, okay, okay, all right. So, because like I also don't hear anything, literally anywhere, and I can't figure out why. Actually, oh. It's my fault I didn't hear things. Okay, hold on. Here we go. No? Hold, please. I'm getting there. So, wait, hold on. Do I need the headphones? Pop those off. Hold on. Media source. Properties. Oh, I don't need that. I don't actually need that anymore. So, okay, so I got that one. Okay, so I got that one. But yet, this has no sound for me. I can see them moving. We're getting closer to what it is I want, but we're not exactly where. Nitrax! I'm going to keep playing with it while I try to figure this out. Like I told y'all, we were going to explore today. We were going to explore. Why can't I just like actually make this like full size? Why is that not a thing? Or is this as big as you can get it? You know what I find interesting? Oh, we're going to figure it out. Okay. I'm like, we're going to figure out why it has decided, because there's a couple things. Let's see here. Do 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 do. Okay. What is that? I'm gonna pop this in here right quick because that sometimes makes it easier for me to figure out what's happening. Listen, hi Elizabeth. Listen, I'm trying to figure this out on stream, which is, so unprofessional. I'm an unprofessional POS. Let me see, because it's not even playing on my end. Okay, so I don't hear anything, so I've got to figure out what I did with my audio here. Derper, derper, derper. Yeah. Okay. So hold on. Properties here. Maybe that. Okay.
I'm going to create this playlist series.
Thank you. So we're getting closer. Because my entire, I actually don't have anything playing at all, audio-wise, on my side. Sorry, it's got to be something I've done wrong. More volume settings. Why are you acting like this? Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, no, you didn't start just bouncing around. Okay. Let's try that too. And then hit play. Oh, you heard it?
And
how are y'all hearing it? I don't hear
it. The story of how I met, dated, married, and divorced. A real path.
Do you still hear it? I'm like, are you still hearing it? Okay. So I'm going to put this here like sir, like this. Then I'll lock that. That's wild to me. I'll put me like here-ish. Right. Move that. Yeah, it's robot sounds. Now it's auto-tuned. I am living. Okay. So Thus, I feel like this is one of those things that I'm going to have to work out one day because I can't ever figure out how to, wait, hold on. Well, hold on. Let me do one thing. Am I not off? Well, I'm asking that like, I'm off on Tuesday. So I can fuss around and figure this all out. And then we're going to like hang out and do it. Like I have to work tomorrow. One of my favorite riffs is are you ready? Okay, I'm done now. Sorry. No, I'm not. Am I ever sorry? No. Okay. So I think I might actually be able to. Okay. Oh no, not me figuring this out. I'm like, oh no. Okay, we're gonna at least try to do one because I feel like y'all hear the story, but I'm not hearing anything. No, you should just be able to like fuss around with it, but it's just being like a little shitty asshole. And like my laptop itself, like I'm not hearing. Typically, I will hear something on my end. Y'all hear nothing. It's wild to me here. Let me just go ahead and like, wait, hold on. Let me do this. Boopy back. Doop. And then let me do that and do that. But a little bit. It was both. Listen. Before we go, because I'm going to have to figure all this out and fuss with it. And then we'll like figure out how to watch it together. Because for reasons, it's just like I don't use this software a lot on YouTube, and I'm going to need to figure it out. I'm going to have to get all my OBS baddies to help me with it because like, but streaming, because somebody was like, I'd rather watch in theaters. I'm not going back to Netflix prices. Can you join your own stream to hear it? I can. But that would be weird. That would be weird. Like I'm over here listening to myself. Because I want to like be able to do this, but I don't like I can't figure out why I'm not getting like any audio, because I'm not getting any audio on my end currently. And I have not quite yet figured out why. And I'm feeling like it is because of my sound capture. And I don't know if it's on or off. Okay. So then let me see. I heard something. Please hold. Wait. Audra hears a sound. Okay. Hold on. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see if we're all hearing this time. I'm like, let's see if we're all hearing this time. Ready, set, go. Does it sound like a robot? Does it sound like a robot? Or not? I'm like, did I fix it? Am I a winner? No, you don't hear it. Okay, hold on. Because now I hear it, y'all don't hear it. Okay. Hold, please. Let's try it this way. Hold on.
Even if it makes me look bad. I'm going to be honest, but I'm also not going to be disrespectful.
How about now? This is so fun. I'm sorry. Listen, I know other people like, I'm not watching this stream where you're doing blah, 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 blah. Hate you so much. I know, darling. I need to move this over here so that I can see what's happening. Okay. All right. Wait. Yes? I knew that one day I would be marginally successful, and today is that day. All right, let's do it.
To anyone that was involved. I'm not going to use people's real names because I don't have their permission to do so, and the sister does not want any sort of litigation. I will tell you off the top, I have a sense of humor and I have sarcasm. So things that you see me laughing at, none of this is funny. But in order to get through it, I have to laugh. If I cry, I cry. I'm human. I'm a woman. This was traumatic. I'm going to do the best I can to upload as much of the story as I can. Because I know people get so annoyed with the follow for part 4, follow me for part 17. I'm just going to do the best I can to keep uploading the videos.
She is a queen. She is a queen. We live because listen, if you're on TikTok, the amount of people who go like, who are like part 2, and you're like, girl, if you don't, I can't believe I did this. Listen, I'm feeling so. I know. And you know what, T? I really wish that they hadn't, because that's not what she wanted, from my understanding. I have not seen any of this, by the way. I've just heard about it and have skipped anything I could about it. Like, I didn't even watch the Do We Know Them when they were talking about it. I was like, nope. I wanted to experience it myself. So here we go.
Each at a time. I'm going to go in order from the time we met until the time I got our divorce decree in the mail. So that is a lot of time to cover. Please give me the grace to just get it out.
Got you, girl.
It may not be all in one day. It may not be all in 2 days. But what I can tell you is, even if you don't necessarily see a video, I'm probably recording it, and then I will upload it into the playlist titled, Who the Fuck Did I Marry?
Girl.
What else do I need to cover ahead of time? Because I feel like this video is important to give some sort of context, so that way when people jump into the series, they kind of can figure out, oh, let me start at the introduction video and then work my way through. A lot of the questions that you all have sent me will be answered when I start and tell the story in order. Everything I'm going to tell you can be verified. There are people in my life who,
oh my God, I cannot imagine.
Easily verify, yes, this did happen. Yes,
this
he
is
really
wild.
did do that. Yes, he said that. Yes, she did go through that. I have no contact whatsoever with my ex-husband in any way, shape, or form.
Girl, me neither.
We do not communicate. We do not have mutual friends.
Period.
Or anything that where we communicate through those people. No contact.
Very likable.
I cannot stress that enough because I feel like somebody's going to ask me, do you still talk to him? No. I ain't seen him. I ain't heard from him. I don't want to hear from him. And I will tell the entire story up until the last time I did hear from him and what happened.
This is 5 hours, y'all. We're not going to watch all of it today.
Story. So,
obviously,
I am just a regular woman who thought she met the one.
No, that was your first mistake.
I didn't. Most people have never came in contact with a pathological liar. We typically come in contact with like a compulsive liar.
That's
true. It's not the same. A pathological liar has no reason for why they lie. And the lies that they make up, there's no limit to the lie. I was once a psychology major in undergrad. I didn't graduate with a psychology degree, but I'm very comfortable saying that he was a pathological liar. He was a narcissist. And yes, there was some in my opinion, mental health issues going on. Pathological lying part, absolutely.
Same, kitten.
So I want to preface all this by saying, you're going to probably think, what in the world? There's no way this happened. Everything you're going to hear me say actually
I believe you because men.
I never thought I was going to be in some sort of Lifetime movie, but I was. So, I will read the comments as best I can. Like I said, I think if you allow me to tell the whole story, things will be answered. And sorry, I do talk with my hands. It's a coping mechanism. So if you're like, why is she moving her hands?
Girl, move your hands all you want to. I'm over here picking my nails.
Let's all take a deep breath.
I'm ready.
Buckle in.
I don't buckle.
This was a fucking crazy ride.
Because I'm hoping for the worst.
And if you think it's crazy, imagine how I feel as the person who lived it. And
by context, thank you.
I thought I knew, but I truly had no idea who the fuck I married. You like how I twisted that? Anyway. All right, y'all. This is the introduction, so welcome. Part 1 will be up shortly. Please excuse the hair.
Girl, you look good.
Is part 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Marry? So I met my ex-husband around March 4th of 2020.
Dang, that was not that long ago.
Facebook dating site, and we also matched on Hinge. I did not realize that he was on both under 2 different names. So one was his actual name, and the other one was a variation, like a nickname that he called himself. Different pictures. So it was a running joke between us. Oh, you ain't even recognize that you had matched with me on Hinge. No, I didn't. And also that should have been a red flag.
Yes, ma'am. Like that should have been your red flag right there. He's 2 different men. Oh my God. I'm like worried about her now. I'm like, no. For sure that's a red flag. Why do you have different names on different sites? Sir, we are concerned. We're all nervous. We're all having a panic. Okay, let's go.
Notice in this story, I called it the United Nations of red flags. It is so many red flags that, I mean, you would have thought I was colorblind because I ignored all of them. So, anyway, back to the story. We met around March 4th. We exchanged phone numbers. He called me and we talked on the phone for the first time. In the first phone call, he told me that he had just moved to Georgia from...
Wait, you said some YouTube comment elsewhere said a fake who drives to work with their hair like what a bet. Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. No, I didn't say enjoy me on your TV, which is humiliating, but thank you.
From California, from San Diego. His job had transferred him because he was being transferred in as the new regional manager for a major condiment company that is based here in Georgia. I'm not going to say the name. And so we also talked about his childhood. He told me he grew up in Philly. He's from Philly. Both of his parents were deceased. This is the first phone call. Both of his parents were deceased. His father was a Philadelphia police officer. His mom was a teacher. He also told me he briefly lived in Augusta with his family. He had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. He also had 2 half-brothers on his dad's side. First phone call. So I'm just giving you guys the backstory. This was the first phone call we had. So we talked about family. We talked about friends. We talked about our jobs. At the time, I was working at Georgia.
Oh, no wonder I don't date well, because I don't do any of that. I'm like, what kind of food do you like? What kind of food textures turn you on? Like, do you like this movie? What are your thoughts on Labyrinth? And your thoughts on Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors?
State Patrol. And he knew this, and he just thought that was like, wow, so you work with troopers all day. Yes, I did. Also in that phone call, he explained to me that he used to play football. He explained that he used to play arena football. I know nothing about arena football. I know about NFL. I know about college. Go Dogs. But I don't know anything about arena football. So he explained to me that he used to play arena football. He used to work at Apple in the off season of arena football. And I remember thinking on that phone call, oh, okay, good for you. I don't know anything about arena football. And I believe I did tell him that. I don't know anything.
That's why he chose a girl. He chose arena football because don't nobody know about arena football. Don't nobody know. I feel like it's... Get down with the fat gang. I'm like, I'm in.
Think about arena football. That'll come into play later on. So he told me, I just moved here. My job is paying for my housing and they are helping me to look for a house. He was like, right now I'm in Gwinnett County, but I'm trying to look for a house, ideally in Atlanta, like Brookhaven, Sandy Springs. He was like, I really would like to move out there. And so I thought, that's great. You're looking to get a house. You just moved here. He was like, I don't really know too many people here because I spend all my time at work and, this job is really demanding. So that was our first phone call.
Listen, I'm not going to be here for that long because my mom's going to bring the ribs and I got to go.
Took me by surprise because I'm not really used to men talking more than me. He eventually asked me out on a date. Our first date was set for Saturday, March 7th, 2020. He asked me what was my favorite restaurant. I said Cheesecake Factory. And so we agreed to go out at the Cheesecake Factory in a location that was in between. I lived in Clayton County at the time. He lived in Gwinnett County. I realized that if you don't know anything about Metro Atlanta, that makes no sense. But basically, we lived about 45 minutes apart.
It's like Texas.
So
it's like DFW area.
To meet at the Cheesecake Factory over at Perimeter Mall, which is in an area, Sandy Springs, Dunwoody area. I was excited. Like, I called my friends and was like, I got a date, blah, blah, blah.
Hi, Ron. I hope you passed.
First conversation was good. Hopefully he looks like his pictures because, that's always an issue with online dating. Hopefully he looks like his pictures. So on my way to our date, I took 285 and literally right before I got to Boulder Crest, the exit for Boulder Crest, I heard a boom and I lost control of my car. Thank God that not thank God, but I knew what to do. So I did not crash, but my tire blew out. So I called him and I said, hey, I'm so sorry, but my tire just blew on 285. I'm slowly making my way off the exit. I believe I pulled into a Chevron gas station. And I said, you know, I got to get this fixed. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm a damsel in distress kind of thing.
Listen.
He kind of paused.
I understand why the Cheesecake Factory. Here's why. The menu is 175 pages long. There's something for everyone there. Will it be good? Maybe. Perhaps not. But will it be there? Yes. And can you just wipe the disgusting taste of whatever it was that you got, because it's Cheesecake Factory and really they should have like one good food or like one thing that they focus on, out with the delicious cheesecake? Yes, you can. The cheesecake is always bomb. Always bomb. Like, I love the cheesecake every time. The food, some of it's a bit British. I'm sorry, I'm never going to let it go. 6 months. Oh my gosh. So I will give some on that. Okay. Cheesecake Factory.
He got quiet and he was like, you know, tell me exactly where you are. Drop your pin. So I dropped the pin and he came to the gas station. Came to the gas station, got out the car, and I was so relieved that he actually looked like his pictures that I was like, oh my God, he's actually attractive. Because he's like 6'4", 6'5". Oh, also, man, I apologize. So let me go back to the first conversation.
Hi,
Let me
Lamb.
add something. He did tell me in the first phone call
I agree, Ren,
that he was divorced, and that his ex-wife, she had 2 children, a boy and a girl, who were teenagers, young adults. I think the girl was about 20. And he said that he had a very close relationship with his stepkids. But that he and his ex-wife had divorced because she cheated on him out in California. And so I
never believe a man when he says his wife cheated on him. I just never do, because, man, I know. Somebody, Audra, you're a man. I am. What of it? That's my fighting stance.
Georgia was a new beginning for him. She was still out in California. The kids were still out in California. And so, you know, he was like, I can't stand her, but I still want to be in the kids' lives. I have to put that in there because that will come back later. So this is just...
Okay, we have 2 comeback laters, I feel like, at this point. He plays arena football and them stepkids. Who's taking notes? Yeah, they're all in malls. So it's like, it is a good, like, say, good first date. Like a safe first date. I find that, like, I think that, what did he do? No, I'm just kidding, Janet. What is it? Like, what do you think is if you order, like, I know everybody here orders, like, I think they're like the Southwest egg rolls. Like, if you get more appetizers than food, we're on the same wavelength, because I always want to go out to just have appetizers and dessert. Like, I don't want to eat like most of it. Like, that's the thing about me. And like, Cheesecake Factory is a place where I go to have appetizers and dessert. I don't want any of the food, because the salad is like, it comes out and it's like this ginormous plate and I'm good. What do y'all get?
Just setting the stage again. That first conversation was, we talked about family, job, friends, how he ended up in Georgia, me being in Georgia, the things that, you know, I would think people talk about in the first conversation. All right, now back to the tire blew out. So he shows up to the gas station. He changes my tire, which I just thought was the sexiest thing in the world. And then he proceeds to say, hey, I found a tire place around the corner. You need to get another tire. Like, you can't drive on this donut. So he followed me to the tire place, and then helped me get a tire, paid for it.
Wait a minute.
I was definitely like,
listen, I see how this went awry. Yeah. Because listen, I'm a sucker. Okay. I know that just generally in dating, regardless of gender, if I was like, oh, I can't go out with you, whatever, because I got to get my braids done. They're like, how much are those braids? And I was like, oh, they're like, there's 500 good. You put that $500 in my account, baby. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my spirit. I'm going to be with you. I have never seen it. Lamb, I've never seen it. I have never seen this. So that's where I would have lost that. Do you know what I mean? Like I would have, yeah, I get it. Because if you were just like, bam, I got your braids, I'd be like, it's still dry, but I'm very happy because that doesn't, anyways.
like, wow. And so the vibe was good. So anyway, I get the tire fixed. We follow each other to the Cheesecake Factory over in Perimeter. We hold hands walking into the Cheesecake Factory. So in my mind, I'm like, this is just this. Oh my God, I had butterflies. That's the look of a woman who had butterflies. So I had butterflies. And we go in, there's a long wait. And so we sit outside and we just talk. And the conversation's great. And this is where he tells me what it is he's looking for. He tells me, I believe at the time he was 42. He was like, I want to get married and it be for real. He's like, my parents were married 40 plus years before my mom passed away. And I want that. I want marriage, family, a house. Like that is what I want. He was like, I'm as a man, I'm ready to get married, but I want it to be for real because the first time, it really hurt me when she cheated on me. So he's telling me everything that I wanted to hear.
No.
And so he was like, what is it that you want? And I said
cheesecake.
Pretty much the same thing. I was like, I'm ready to get married. Definitely want to have a family. And
that would have been my cutoff. As soon as it's like, I want to get married, I'd be like, he's like, what are you looking for? I'm like, chocolate mousse cheesecake. Black tie mousse. I don't eat beef, but that does sound good. Cheddar burger with garlic aioli and their limoncello cake. Listen, Janet, I hate him already. Yeah, thank you.
I want to marry my best friend. So we both put on the table that we wanted marriage. And this is the end of part 1.
Okay. So we are going to watch parte 3. And then I have to go because I'm going to eat. Hopefully I'll be back on Tuesday or Monday night. We shall see, But, because I work a lot of hours. Okay.
All right. Who the fuck did I marry? Part 2. So we both put on the table what it is that we wanted. We both had established we were dating for marriage. We were not dating just to date. We were not trying to be friends with benefits and none of that. Mm-hmm. So the dinner at Cheesecake Factory went really well. We laughed, we joked, we talked about people.
I don't like lemon cakes.
It's kind of up
my mom
alley,
does
my
though.
sense of humor. It was a good vibe. So at the end of the date, at the end of dinner, we sat in his car and he played this song for me by John Legend. I don't know the name of the song. By the time this video posts, I will put the name at the bottom. I can't remember the song. I just remember that John Legend was talking about, I think I met my wife tonight.
Oh,
and
no.
I thought it was a sign. So I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
so
no.
Anyway, we ended up.
Listen, I wish that me and her had been friends because I would have told her, like, girl, no. It's over. It's over before it's begun, child. Like, not me, not you. I'm going to move that just a smidgen. I hope that's still enough for y'all. I'm just trying to keep my dimensions proper so that YouTube doesn't cut me off at the knees. I would definitely get the ick. Like, I would get the ick so fast. I'd be like, oh no. I would just be like, no, that's how they get you. That's how I was in Florida.
Sitting in the car talking just about life and experiences until about midnight. So during this conversation, he again is telling me how it was, you know, what it was like living in California, how he went out there, he went to San Diego State, he played football for San Diego State. He talked about how, you know, life, he loved it out there, so he stayed. That's when he joined the company. And then he explained that he also did arena football, but only did it for about 2 or 3 years.
I love that she does the recap.
While he was doing arena football, the team that he was on won a championship. But again, keep in mind, I don't know anything about arena
Nobody
football.
knows anything about arena football.
Okay, I didn't know they had championships.
That was a good gamble.
And he was like, you know, he got a little offended, like, yeah, they got championships. And, you know, he was on that team. So he talked to me about how he worked at Apple. He worked something in the IT area of Apple, but it within the store. Again, it was one of those, it's like when I tell people I used to work at Amazon. I really wasn't paying much attention to it. Why? So we talked about all that. We talked deeply into what happened with the ex-wife. It's because I asked. He was not volunteering all this information. So in other words, I get very uncomfortable when men start talking about their ex a lot. That's not what happened. I was asking questions because I was really trying to figure out, okay, are you ready for a relationship, or are you still...
I never mind if somebody talks about their ex. It depends on what they're saying to me. It depends on what they're saying. Two of my red flags are she's crazy, or what's the other one? We're best friends. Those are my red flags immediately. Like, if you say that, oh, we're like, me and my ex were best friends. Why? Why? I just want to know. I'm just curious. Because now I want to know how things ended that you became best friends. Why were you together for so long? The other is, what did you do to make her crazy? What did you do? Why is she crazy? Now, obviously, that doesn't always happen because I just saw my stalker, my lover, or my lover, my stalker, like whatever it was. That was a wild tale. And I now understand, you know, obviously that it happens. Rom-coms have conditioned us into too much shiz. And I don't think I'm going to let it go because I've decided that if I'm going to date ever, which is not going to happen, but if I am, it's going to be like, we're going horseback riding, babes. You're taking me skiing and I'm going to like look cute in the outfit and I'm going to floof in the snow, and then you're going to have to pick me up and you're going to have to be like, and then we're going to be laughing as you grip me by the waist and be like, I'm having such a good time. I've never felt like this about anyone before. And I'm like, and then we kiss with mouth closed. Obviously, tongues are disgusting, but like, you know, we're gonna do a lot. We're gonna go on adventures, you know, and then on the plane back, somebody's gonna try to like jack it or something, and then we're gonna land in some desert, and then we're gonna have to go on this madcap adventure like through the desert, and I'm just gonna be hitting him with things, but we're still in love. You're still the one.
Missing her. So we talked about that. We talked about my exes. That was a mistake I made because I talked about how I dated at one point in time somebody I worked with. That will come back later.
Okay, wait.
And he seemed real cool about it. He was like,
okay, we got notes. Arena football, ex-wife, she dated somebody that she used to work with. Are those the 3 things that we're keeping notes on? We got to keep the notes.
no, that was before me and blah, blah, blah. So the conversation was good. Midnight comes and I go home. Yes, I went home. We ended up talking. Mind you, our first date was March 7th. And within about 2.5 weeks, Brian Kemp, our governor, shut Georgia down. We were going to be on lockdown. So during those 2.5 weeks, we talked every day. We went out again at Red Lobster. I remember Red Lobster.
Yeah,
but
because all they got going
great.
for them is cheddar biscuits.
The issue was, where are we going to quarantine? So the question was, are we going to quarantine at his place, which he had like a studio,
another red flag
situation. Like, it clearly, where he was staying, I was like, it's like a studio apartment. But he kept telling me, like, this is temporary because I'm looking for a house. Like, he showed me the email from a woman who worked at the company where she was out on maternity leave, but she was putting him in contact with a realtor to help him find a townhome or a single family house. So I was just like, okay, this is definitely temporary. Like, he's not trying to stay here long term.
Girl.
And she was apologizing in the email. I'm so sorry, this should have been taken care of before you got here, but it wasn't. I saw the email.
Their cheddar biscuits are like the only reason anyone continues to go to Red Lobster, because the rest of it is not good. And they charge you too much for like the worst. Like, you're just like, these crab legs aren't doing it. United Nation of red flags. Yeah, I'm getting like upset, and there's so much more left, but I'm getting like stressed out. Okay, here we go.
Email. I saw the email. I read it. I read the email. So the decision was, we're going to quarantine at the studio, or are we going to quarantine in my house?
Olive Garden shrimp pasta is better.
First mistake I made. Well, there's a lot, but this was a mistake I made. So
to me,
caution moment. During one of our dates, because keep in mind, in those 2 weeks, we were seeing each other quite a bit.
My ribs have arrived.
Nothing physical or anything like that. Just two people who I thought were really on some. All right, let's see if this is going to grow into something. He came to my house. When he came to my house, I had a 3-bedroom.
No, not you having good
bath
things.
Townhome. He was in a studio. Now, I'm telling you guys all of this in order of how it happened. So some things I'm probably going to insert what I was thinking and the mistake I made. Can I turn this off? No. Okay, I still need that. And I say that to say that I did not realize inviting him to my home probably made his eyes go, oh shit, she's a keeper. She got this 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhouse, and I'm in.
Listen, them homosexuals, hobo, or something else. They are very tricky. They're a tricky bunch. Okay? One day, what you have to pay attention to is that they always come over with a backpack. Okay? I'm telling you this from experience. They arrive with a backpack on. Okay? Every single time. They're like, doo. Now, at first, sometimes you may not notice it because the backpack stays in the car at first. But then suddenly they're needing you to pick them up places that don't make sense. They're like, oh, what are you doing? You're like, oh, I just finished with work. Like, you want to come swing by and grab me right quick because like some weird random story. And you're like, yeah, I'll come grab you. Why are you in front of a Radio Shack, bro? You know, it's a dangerous situation, honestly. They're sneaky. They're sneaky. And they're just it's a sad situation.
In like a little studio. Yeah, let me go ahead and pursue this. What I need to do to quarantine here. The decision was made, quarantine at my house. So the state went on lockdown. He came and stayed with me in my home, and for the most part, in the initial beginning, it was fine. It was fine. The reason why I hesitate is because I grew up in the church. So for me, it was really like an internal struggle of, bruh, you always said you would never live with a guy unless he was your husband. And now you living with a dude and he ain't your husband. Like, it was a struggle for me because I knew better. And don't come for me. I'm just telling you the way I grew up. It was like that.
I would never come for you, girl, because first of all, I'm the opposite. I think that you have to live with somebody to know like how they live, because I couldn't live in it. It wouldn't. There are certain characteristics and behaviors that if I knew you had, I would never want to live with you. Even if we stayed serious, I'd be like, no. Also, we're never going to sleep in the same bed because, first of all, me and Bo sleep together. I have to sleep with my socks on. I have to be able to roll all over the entirety of the bed. Joe Goldberg. Not Joe Goldberg. Joe, listen, that show's messy.
It was not sitting right with me, but at the same time, I didn't want to quarantine by myself.
You.
I did not want to. So there we go. So he moved in. We talked about the bills. Let me clear something up that I said in the other video where I said he paid all the bills. He paid all the household bills. He did not pay my car payment, my cell phone, or my car insurance. He paid the rent, because my rent at the time was less than $1,000. He paid the utility bills. And so when he's telling me that he's a regional manager, I was like, wow, okay, so you got money. And so he paid all the household bills. So my check really was just taking care of me, myself, and I. And I am not, this is where it's not going to make me look good, but it's the truth. It was in.
Same, Ace. Same. I actually stopped as well. That's where I was like, that's enough. I know a whole other season came out and I was like, no, I'm good.
Intoxicating to not have to worry financially about how to pay the bills. It was a wonderful feeling. And so I kind of pushed to the side the fact that, yeah, you shacking up, because it's like, but your page, you don't have to worry right now. Like, he's taking care of all of April's bills before April even comes, because this was still March. So we're living together.
Look at my face. I'm like,
and I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, he's helping to cook and clean. And then we have a conversation about house. Is he still going to buy a house just for him, or is he going to buy a house where it's for us? Because we are going to try to make this thing work, be official, get married, have a family. So the question now on the table is, what are we going to do? Because I didn't want to stay in River.
Wait, when in the timeline? Because they're in lockdown. So is this like because this is like a month in? Oh, no. I'd have kicked you out at that point, but like, go back to your house. We're talking about what? Marriage? It's been a month. Get away from me.
Riverdale, Georgia. I did not want to raise a family there. I refused to have a baby in Clayton County. So the decision was made, let's start looking for a house for both of us. Remember, he was already looking for a house for him. But then he was like, you know what? We're together. I plan to marry you. let's look for a family home for the two of us. He was like, this is how much I was approved for. That's when he showed me the Chase paperwork. It was a letter stating that and it had the Chase emblem at the top. He showed me a letter stating that he was approved for 700. All right, part 3.
No.
Who the fuck did I marry? So this is when he showed me.
I have to keep going because I can't let it go
Chase
now.
Logo at the top, stating that he had been approved for a mortgage for a $750,000 mortgage or a $750,000 house. So he was like, we can't go over 750. And I said, I remember asking him, can you afford the mortgage on a $750,000 house? Because I know I can't. This is when he explains to me, I told you how I played arena football. I invested my money really well. So he said, I have money that will help pay for the mortgage. He was like, we're good. Like, I'm financially, I am okay. He was like, that's why I'm able to get approved for $750,000 mortgage.
This is getting wild.
He told me that his money was in different savings.
Not Peppy fee. I'm like, put it at 1.5 so we can watch more. Listen, I'll do that next time. I'm going to finish like this little section. Oh my God. Okay.
Accounts. He said he had an account with Chase Bank. He had an account with US Bank. And he had an offshore account. This is what he told me. The offshore account, I was like, why? And he explained something about, the US, the US imposes taxes on money.
Now, girl, I want to be on your side. But the very second that a man starts to be like talking about offshore, I'm out. I'm like, who the fuck are you, James Bond? Get away from me. Just eat the ribs on stream so we can keep watching. Listen, maybe.
When you have a certain amount in U.S. banks. He was like, so everybody knows that it's smart to have some money in an offshore account. Y'all, look, I live paycheck to paycheck. I was like, okay, that's whatever. I said, so you have the money to pay for a home. I'm also holding in my hand a letter from Chase saying that he was approved for $750,000. So
I think it says it on the pre-approval letter.
So we contacted a realtor. I won't say his name, but man, if he ever sees this TikTok, I owe this man such an apology. But we contacted a realtor who was based in Cobb County because I was very adamant I wanted to move back to Marietta, Smyrna area in Cobb County, Georgia. He was fine with that. His whole attitude was, you're going to be my wife, happy life. So we met a realtor. I would find houses that I wanted to tour. Keep in mind that this was COVID. So at the time, we could not tour a home. It would have to be a virtual tour. So this particular realtor, we found a house in Douglasville, Georgia, not Cobb County.
Listen, unless you pull out that Amex Black in front of me, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You can tell me all this. I'm like, I don't. Until you're like, and I'm like, then I'm like, what did you say you do again? Because I wasn't listening the first time you told me. Also, what is your name? Because I also wasn't listening to that.
But nevertheless, it's in Douglasville. I was fine with Douglasville. So we found a house in Douglasville, Georgia. The realtor did a FaceTime tour of the house. The house was a nice home. 5 bedrooms, 4 baths. So we did a FaceTime tour of the home, and the home was listed,
Texas,
I believe, roughly 400 and something thousand.
It's because we're in Texas.
I really like the house. I could see myself living there. I could see us living there. Could see us with the kid there. This is now April, just for timeline purposes. This is April.
Okay, wait. I'm feeling so uncomfortable. You met in March. March 4th. It's only been a few weeks. Like, I'm having a stroke. I am having legitimately like a bit of a panic attack because you just met. Please. I can't. Like, I'm like, oh, if you even say you really like me after like 2 dates, I'm like, for what?
Like the house, he was like, you know what, we'll put an offer in on the house. He was like, if you like it, because again, it was COVID, we weren't going to be able to see the house in person because the family still lived there. So he said, I'll put an offer in, we'll see if it's accepted. I said, okay. So he puts an offer in. He's telling me he put an offer in. I need to clarify some things he told me and the things that I actually saw. So for this house in Douglasville, he told me he was putting an offer in. The realtor would call me because one thing that the realtor told us, he was like, if the woman likes the house, typically the house is going to get bought. So he kind of dealt with me.
Straight couples be moving like lesbians. Husband. They did.
And again, this is April 2020. This is before we got married. So at the time, he was my boyfriend. So the realtor was calling me and it was like, hey, you know, I put the offer in. And what they're asking for is proof of funds. And I know I did not know anything at this time about buying a house. So I was like, hey, you probably need to talk to him because I'm not even listed on the mortgage. Like, from
embarrassing.
The paperwork I saw, it was only in his
you're not
name.
Embarrassed?
So he called him. I guess they talked. I was not there, but I'm assuming that they had talked. So the boyfriend is coming, my ex is coming home saying, yeah, I talked to so-and-so. I sent him over the paperwork. The offer was approved, and they are going to try to do a virtual closing. First, we got to do an inspection. If the inspection goes
they still do that,
well, then we have to do a virtual closing. He also told me that he put down earnest money on the home. He put down, I believe, $5,000. He said, I just transferred the money over to the realtor's account or whatever, so that
a lot of places make you write a check for earnest money. It's one of those weird things that they're still like, I'm not saying it, but a lot of places do still make you write an actual check for it. They don't just like take it out of your account. I don't know why. I'm never sure why. And I think it's just like a paperwork trail. Like everything else after that, it's just like, but a lot of places are like, we need an actual check in hand, and they mail the FedEx the checks off and whatnot. I am panicked. Like, I can't breathe. I'm like, girl, here we go.
It could be earnest money for the house. So I'm just like, okay, great. He was like, so realistically, this is April. We should be able to get in that house by June. Okay, no problem. So this is what he told me. About 3 or 4 days later, I get a phone call from the realtor. And the realtor
Andrea,
is like, hey, I'm just checking to see what you guys want to do about that house. So I was confused. I'm at work. And I said, I was told that he put an offer in. And the realtor was like, he did? I didn't know that he put an offer in.
And she still married him.
Why wouldn't you know? Like, he told me he put the offer in, and he had paid earnest money, $5,000 earnest money. And so the realtor was like, well, let me call him and find out what's going on with that, because I didn't know anything about it. So red flag, of course.
Girl.
So I called him, and he, in true narcissistic nature, he flips the script and he like goes off. He's like cussing, going off, like he shouldn't, excuse me, I have the hiccups. He shouldn't be calling you. If he has a question, he should call me because I'm the one that's on the mortgage. He was like, and now it's, it's going to be an issue. And I said, well, did you put the offer in with him or not? And he said, no, I did not put the offer in with him. I put the offer in with a friend of mine who is a realtor, so I can give him the business.
I know that this is going to be a very entertaining and up and down, laugh and cry story. Like, okay. But why didn't you stop here? Why didn't you stop here, my love? Like, this was a great place to just stop. Just be like, I'm finished, Great place to be like, I am complete. Like, I'm done. Like, the second that happened, I'd have been like out like a scout. But here we are. All right.
So I did not hear from that realtor again. So I was just like, is the house under contract or is it not? He was like, yes, the house is under contract. This is how crazy things work out. About 3 days later, on realtor.com, I'm looking at the house because I was trying to figure out in my mind how I'm gonna decorate. It shows the house is under contract. So my boyfriend's like, I told you it was under contract. He was like, I like, did you not believe me? And I ain't had the heart to say, hell no, I didn't believe you. Like, it seemed too good to be true. But once I saw the house was under contract, I absolutely believe that, okay, it's under contract with him. Like, yeah, we're about to do inspection. We are about to move. And so we had driven by the house because, again, keep in mind, a family's still living there. So we had driven by the house. At this point,
we're not watching it all tonight. This is where we're about to stop right here.
So that way we can go ahead and order it. So when it's time to move, the furniture is ready, because it takes like 6 to 8 weeks sometimes for furniture to be delivered if they don't have it in stock. Like, he was very methodical and planning and saying, this is what we need to do. So we started going to Home Depot, Lowe's, because we had a printout of what
y'all are killing me in the comments.
Were going to take. They were going to take the appliances.
Like, that pee must have been real good, and it never really is, though. It never is. Like,
he had a printout. Let me be clear. He had a printout. So it said on there that they were going to take the appliances. So we needed to get a new stove, new refrigerator, new microwave, all that stuff. So we went to Home Depot and Lowe's, and I went ham. I chose all these new appliances. And
stove, that's a weird one.
Here's where we get.
Most people will leave the stove, but they will take the fridge, because that makes sense. Like, it makes sense to take the fridge. She did trust him way too fast. Thank you. They have it closed. Like, me. So when me and my mom moved into this house, we did not buy a fridge until after we closed, because you never know what can happen. There's a multitude of weird shit that can happen when you're buying a house. So we waited until we closed. My ribs are here. I can hear them now. But we waited until we closed to start buying stuff. Like, woofed. All right.
Into the shopping.
Hey, Gabby.
All right. Part 4.
Okay.
So we go to Home Depot.
We're going to have to come back to this, y'all. Don't eat me up. Don't eat me up. Okay. Because here's the situation. I have to eat. And whatever else it is that I do. I'm like, I have to eat and whatever else it is that I do. And which is probably just like take all this. Yeah. And the washer and dryer. Washer and dryer is pretty much a given for us here. But we're going to have to come back and check this out because I'm invested in this story. I'm so serious. Like I haven't heard it. When stuff like this happens on the internet, I wait because I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to watch any videos. I just want to like, yeah. Yeah, I like that was the thing. You don't do anything. I do need to rest because tomorrow's probably going to be another 12-hour day. We're in the middle of a mini mail count. Hopefully the route gets cut. We will hope. Prada Foundation. I like it. We talked about it on, if y'all are in patrons channel members, the live that we did earlier today, I talk about this. So, and I also talk about these beauties, which I have this one on. This is Gamma from Lethal. I got it in PR. We talked about that. And obviously this lovely, it's filled with gems and gorgeousness. So it's quite nice, quite lovely, having a great time. Thank you again, Lethal. Appreciate it. And I will see y'all soon-ish. Because with the mail count, you never know. Sometimes suddenly work is just like, I'm probably going to take this down and do some cutting. You know what I mean? And we're going to get to the, this part and we're going to, whatever. But I'm like, whatever. Anyways, thank y'all so much for chilling with me, spending 2.5 hours with me today. I'm coming, Mom. Just take it. I'll come downstairs with you. Yeah, because I'm still live. It's like a live. Never mind. No, I am. Ooh, I will fix the one. Thank you, Jules. Thank you for that love. Thank you for letting me know because I just do things and I don't fix shit. So I'll fix that. I'm gonna go. I'll see y'all next time. I'm gonna rest. Until next time. I am so pretty. And so are you.